Hey everybody, happy Sunday. What's up?
Hello, everybody. Wow. So, is there an echo for me, Aisha?
It seems like there's an echo. I'm not quite sure where it's coming from.
I am. How about now?
Okay, all good now.
Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Uncensored Minds. And let me be, you know what? OKD is just coming on here having to be full of apologies tonight. I had already said that I had to come in and address last Sunday's show. So for my affirmation, because I really did have to, I went back and I looked over it, and I am truly first have to apologize to my co-hosts, all three of them, because I did come in the middle of something. So for that, I do apologize. And to my audience, I do apologize to you all for the tone that I used because it was so out of the ordinary. And that brings me to what y'all see me with tonight. Now, being in the entertainment business, you are constantly having to step out of your comfort zone. So I had to step out of my comfort zone with this tonight, but also to step out and to apologize for last Sunday. I shared with with my co-host about a personal family matter that hit very close to home with me. And I allowed my emotions from what I was feeling from what happened to show through the show. And for that, I do apologize. And sometimes, because I am human, and sometimes when something like that hit to me, I guess I tend to lash out at other people when they had nothing to do with it. But it hit home because child molestation is real. And when I heard about it, not only is the young lady extremely close to me, but the exact same thing happened to me at her age. Fortunately, I didn't get a baby. So, yes, I allowed my emotions to come out because it hit so close to home. But, parents, please question your children. This baby began getting molested when she was 8. She's now 13 with a baby. I was fortunate that it didn't happen to me like that, but it began with me when I was 6. So I know how she felt, and for that, I do apologize for allowing my emotions, my personal emotions, of things that you have no knowledge of what's going on, but yet it's wrong of me to inflict it upon you in any way. So, my apologies for the tone that I used for last Sunday when I jumped to the conclusion about my Karen's Corner letter. So, always be willing, just like I stepped out of my zone doing that, I had to step out of my comfort zone to come on and allow you to understand why it hit home and to be woman enough to come to you to tell you I am sorry. So, with that being said, let's have some uncensored minds for episode 81.
Karen, thank you so much. Thank you. You had got me tearing up. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. One, for just being the strong woman that you are, to offer an apology, but yet to share a piece of you that many of us women are not strong enough to speak up about. So I'm just want to thank
Right.
you for that. just for that much today, Karen. And we're starting off the show like this, so we apologize, but sometimes, things just really get, touch you. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, thank you for accepting my apology.
Absolutely.
Welcome,
So,
welcome.
Welcome, Mr. Nell.
It's episode 81. This is Uncensored Minds, and let's start the show. We
Yes.
had such a
all
beautiful,
right.
we heard a beautiful testimony from Karen, and this show this evening is going to be geared on a number of different things that's going to pull at our emotions. It's going to make us laugh. It's going to make us cry. It's going to make us come together at the end of the night and be one family. So that's what we offer here at Uncensored Minds, regardless of if the topic is not always for you, regardless if we get passionate, regardless of whatever. This is what we bring to you every Sunday night at 9. So, without further ado, let's jump into episode 81.
Let's
So,
go.
you
Let's
know
get it.
how we always do it, right? We always want to tell the people to like and share the video because we want to grow our platform. Plus, we want others to enjoy the same things that you get to enjoy, right? I want to send a special shout out to my Georgia crew. I got a text today saying we got some folks that in Georgia that really enjoy us, really watch us. They come together on Sunday nights and do just that and watch us at Uncensored Minds. So to the crew down there in Georgia, we appreciate you following us. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's get into the shit. It's popping right from the start. You already
Oh
know, even
shit.
though T is not here right now, he always is lacing us with a good icebreaker question. And the icebreaker question is, what's your prom story? As we see in and around Facebook, social media, IG, Twitter, um, Snapchat, TikTok, everybody's going to prom and they looking amazing. I was just talking to somebody the other day and I said, damn, I went to prom in the 2000 Altima. I see people driving in 2023 Bentleys. Shit,
They going all
things
out.
have changed.
Hmm.
Times has changed. They're growing up. Things getting bigger and better. So what's your prom story? Let's start with Ish first.
So I went on my boyfriend at the time, who is also my son's father. I went on his senior prom, Bartram Braves in the house. And it was cool. Like I had just a regular little dress. We did go in a BMW though, so he was kind of out there. So we did have a nice fly car. Um, but it was cool. We didn't have like a big send off or anything. Like they're doing it like way big now, big parties, favors, red carpets. We didn't have any of that, but we had a nice little small send off. So it was definitely memorable and fun.
What's up, Katie? What about you?
I
Hold
didn't go to
on,
my
hold on, hold on, hold on,
prom.
hold on, hold on. I can't call you KD today. For the night show, this is Nisi, everybody.
Oh
Everybody,
no.
everybody, welcome Nisi to the show. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Nisi, what do you got to say?
Well, first of all, Darnell, that's not Nisa. That would be Denise if we go with
Oh,
anything.
Denise.
But
Nice.
okay, but I did not have a prom. I mean, I didn't go to my prom. I my 11th grade prom. Okay, y'all just, you know what? Y'all really need to get, first of all, great family praise, okay? Because you will see my life in that. So you're about to learn another little piece of Karen that you didn't know, most of you did. Some of you are gonna know about it. But in the 11th grade, I had married, and my then husband had been sent to the military. So I did not go to the prom.
Mm,
And of course, my 12th grade prom, I didn't even try. So I never got the opportunity to go to a prom.
nice. My prom was popping. Um, Shout out to the Bartram Braves in the building, Southwest finest. But I actually had 2 dates for prom. Um, how it wound up panning out. Somebody from the school. Bartram had at the time 5 different buildings. Had the main building, communications, motivations, communications, and a couple of annexes. Right. I had the privilege of attending 2 of the 5 buildings that they had. I went to the main building for 3 years, well, 2.5 years, and then I went to communications for the other year and a half. So I had a prom date that went to Bartram, who actually at the time was somebody I was seeing, and then I went to the prom with somebody else at my building at the same time. How did you pull that off, Nell? Little backstory. My actual girlfriend at the time said she didn't want to go. She just wasn't into that, but her girlfriend wound up at the last minute convincing her to go. I already said yes to this other girl because she said no. So I could not renege on this girl because she already had matched the colors. Family
Oh,
Mm,
knew what was going on, so it was kind of like crazy. But my girlfriend at the time told her what was going on. She was cool with it. So what happened is I actually pulled up to the girl's house with my family, took the pictures and all that at that girl's house, then drove her to the prom.
oh,
Right. My girlfriend at the time, her and her best friend, they came together, and then when we got there, her family greeted us outside and took pictures outside. So we were able to capture the moment for both young ladies, so they wouldn't feel any type of way, and start the party right here.
oh, that's so
um,
sweet.
oh, that was
Very
sweet.
sweet.
It
Very gentlemanlike too.
was.
Handled very well.
Oh,
so that's why I had 2 dates, and then the following week I was asked to go on another prom at another school with another girl. So I actually did 3 proms that prom season. So shout out to proms. It was a dope event right there. I like getting dressed up. I like getting fly for stuff like that.
wow, what a gentleman. Because,
Gentle,
I
yes,
seen guys do that. They would escort girls that needed a date, and, it was nothing to it. And, I mean, now that was very sweet of
very
you.
sweet. Because
Thank,
Yeah.
thank you.
that could have went a whole
It
totally
could have went
different way.
totally
Now you
could have
know that.
could have went crazy.
Yes,
But
yes.
the advantage of going to a big large school is
Hmm.
what I mean, everybody lives in the neighborhood for the most part. So they
Right.
got other friends that's going to be there. The men
Right.
more or less at the time take the dates and then we click up with our homies. I mean, we running around the prom with our homies. Might get a date or two. What's your date? Take your little prom pictures. That's all really what you're going for, to take your
Yeah.
pictures so your mom
Yeah.
can have something
Mhm.
for the living room table. And then
Mhm.
what I mean, the night's over. I think at that time we went down South Street. South Street was the place to go at the time. Fridays was still on South Street, and I think it was like 2 high schools at the same time on prom night. So it was that Fridays was packed
Crazy.
on South Street.
Mhm. That's what's up. That's what's up. Good times.
All right. So moving right along, if you haven't been under a rock, um, or you've been asleep, haven't been asleep, you've seen the number of unfortunate incidents that surround guns. Another shooting, mass shooting, took the lives of 19 people, which then culminated into more deaths to follow. So the toll that hit this latest mass shooting is what, a 21, 22.
22. Yeah, I believe.
17 of those victims, children. The other 2 were adults at the time, the grandmother of the shooter and the teacher. And then the other person who died after the fact was the teacher's husband. He had a heart attack days after his wife died. So it's unfortunate what's going on out here in America. Mass shootings are at an all time high. It's rising every day. It seems like everywhere you turn around. On this show, we're talking about another shooting. Buffalo, Texas. A couple of weeks ago, we had another one. So, what's your thoughts on that?
Karen.
Well, there was also one last night in Tennessee where I think two were like injured, but it was like they ran up on it, but it was still the shooting. Now, I tell you, gun control seems to be most people answer, and I agree to a certain degree. If they could ban guns altogether to where people could not get their hands on one at all, then I could agree. But in America, people, as you guys pointed out to me, they are always able to get their hands on a gun, have always been able to. But like over on the islands where they are not allowed to have guns, crime rate there is very low. Ebony was telling me where her husband lives. Crime rate there is very low because they are not allowed to have guns. So if they cut it out completely, which we all know that's not going to happen here in a good old America. I mean, if they could cut it out completely, then that's the only way I see them controlling it. But will gun control solve what has happened? I don't think so, because they're gonna find a way to get it one way or another.
Absolutely. Um, a number of different factors go into that for me. This whole thing, checking in on people's mental health, you know, making sure that you're readily in the business of these young folks' business if you're the parent. Don't just put
Hmm.
it off as just as teenage growing pains, or it's just they're just trying to find their emotions. Um, for the most part, um, how fast we grow up, being from social media and all the technologies that they put in front of us from birth, we grow up fast nowadays, and our mental health doesn't grow along with it. Um, if you see something, report it. If you don't understand something, look a little further into it. Don't just write it off as, oh, that's not my business, because that at some point can become your business, right? I feel, one of the people who I send my condolences out to, and also my heartfelt prayers, is to the mother and father of the shooter. Why? Um, they have to live with that for the rest of their life, knowing that their son or daughter took the lives of so many, and the consequences that they are going to face afterwards within their own mind. They're going to beat themselves up each and every day from here on out, saying, what could I have done differently? How could I have talked to him? How could I have tried to change this? How could I, along with my condolences to all of the victims? Let's not let that be lost in translation. We had young children. And I say this to the lawmakers out there. You want to ban the right to have an abortion, right? You want people to take the take that choice away from take that choice out of their own hands because they don't deem that they're ready to bring a child into this world, however that may be. But you can't tell me, or you can't promise me, or you can't safeguard my child that you want me to bring into this world safety when they go to school. So government, make it make sense. Tell us we can't have abortions, but then you tell us that we can't have gun control either. You want to control what comes out of a woman's body, but not what comes out of a gun store? Again, make it make sense. Which is more important, our lives or commerce?
Hmm. That's deep.
100% agree now.
That's deep.
Yeah,
That's deep right there.
yeah.
Look at this comment right here. Let's touch on this. Mental health is a cop out. I could take that a lot of different ways, but mental health actually is not a cop out anymore. You never know. Mental health doesn't
Mm,
just have to deal with the person saying, "Oh, I'm not okay today," or using it as an excuse. The inconsistencies in somebody's mind and make them go out and do that is an unhealthy mind. It's a
mm,
it's a it's a again an unhealthy mind. So you have to make sure that our mental healths are in order,
yeah.
because you never know what direction a person can go in once triggered or if they're mentally unstable. That's a mentally unstable person that went out and carried out this heinous act. Yes, you may say they're thinking in their right mind. Yes, in their right mind, but that doesn't make their mind right. And how do we get in front of that to combat that so they're not taking lives that are innocent? So yes, it may seem like we use that mental health argument a lot, where mental health played a part in it, or we should have been. But mental health is outside of our heart, is our existence, our soul, in a sense. What y'all
Mm-hmm.
think?
Yeah, that's
Um,
crazy. I agree now. I like and you're like you saying layers to this story or just layers to this situation, mental illness, the lawmakers, gun control, Karen. Also, just the fact that look at how scary it is to know that the police may have mishandled some of this um, the tactics in bringing him down, the length of time in between them actually, unfortunately killing him, but he killed so many people in between the time where they were thinking it was a barricade situation or a situation where he may have been wanting to hold hostages, etc. It's scary to think that the U.S. Marshals or possibly SWAT or whatever just didn't gain control of the situation fast enough. So not only do you have all of those other elements to deal with, the mental health, the guns falling into the hands of the wrong people, just people not taking or paying attention to what's going on with the youth or just people who need help or assistance or whatever. And then now possibly law enforcement can't even control a situation properly. You know what I mean? So it's so scary because we just don't know from one day to the next when somebody might just let loose and for no good reason.
Absolutely. Any last words, KD?
yeah, I want to go back and address what Diana, I believe, said. Yes, about mental health as a cop out. I understand where you're coming from when you say that, Diana, because I have known people too. Yeah, they have some mental issues, and I have heard them say, well, I'm considered crazy anyway, so I'll just do it. And I'm sure that's where she is coming from with that. And some people do use it as a cop out. But in this case right here, this was too deep. This young man had some issues that went unnoticed, because when you go that deep with something, he carried it out. You have those who claim they're going to do this and that. They were threatened to do it, but you don't see them do it. But this young man at his age, he carried that out. That was some hate from some form of something. So, and I do agree with Nell. I feel for his parents, because that is something that they are going to have to live with for the rest of their lives. That's why I like to tell parents, pay attention to your children. Don't end up being one on the other end of that, having to wonder why your child would do something like that, and then seeing all of the signs that you missed.
Crazy.
Look who
Yeah,
joined
what
us.
you think? What's up, T?
Look who joined us.
What's up, people? How, how,
Hello, T.
how's everybody doing, man? What's
We
what's
chilling.
going on? Where
We
we at?
good.
Where we at with it? What
Talking
are we
about
talking
this
about?
mass
We talking
shooting.
about the man shooting. We talking about
All right. So did y'all break down the details about how he was posting on social media the whole time? Did y'all break down how the cops went in there and saved their own children and stopped regular parents from going in to save their children?
Mhm.
so when you unpeel the layers, right? Just as T is referring to, when you hear the details that come out of this,
Right,
it goes deeper than just the shooter.
right,
It goes so much deeper than, damn, the police captain actually didn't send tactical units in there because he wanted to see how it played out. Two,
Mhm.
as you said before, police officers were actually going in there saving their own kids before they let the parents go in there and save their own.
Mm,
Right?
sad.
The biggest telltale sign, we got rappers being indicted by rap lyrics. But the man was putting this shit on social media. Make it make sense. That's the common thing. Make it make sense. How can we ignore post of what people put?
But the thing of it is, he killed himself. Who get punished for it? Because he took the coward way out, and or rather did what any mental person would do. He took himself out. So now, who gets to pay the justice for what he did? Was it security at school? I see somebody said that one of the teachers did not lock the door. Well, my question is, how did he get in the front door?
Well, a lot of
You
school
know
doors,
how?
a lot of school doors don't be locked, especially like if it's the suburbs where they think that they're safe.
Right.
A lot of those doors don't normally be locked. Like in the hood, most of the doors
Wow.
at schools, but in the suburbs, they think
Oh.
nothing like this should happen, so they don't
Right.
always lock their doors.
Mm-hmm.
But
So again, who pays for that justice then?
I
Who
think I
who do
think
y'all think should pay?
everybody needs to take a piece of this. Everybody needs to take a piece. The school needs to take a piece. His parents need to take a piece. Everybody needs to take. The cops need to take a piece. Everybody needs to take a piece.
Mm-hmm.
And the fucked up thing about it is that the people that took a piece is the victims.
All right.
Right? Those are the
Yeah.
ones, regardless of whatever is handed down to whoever we think should be handed down to. We got lives lost.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
people will never be able to see their children again, and that's the disheartening thing. I kind of stay out of the who deserves justice or who deserves the 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 anguish that is put out there, because that's for God to decide, right? Because when we start to take those things into our own hands, then we muddy the situation up anyway. Because it now gets out of the thing of, justice the right way. It gets into, unlawful or unnecessary justices, and then other people are meant to suffer or made to suffer. This is a
All right. Hold on. Now. Can we dive into the why? Let's dive into the why this happened. So, what was his original excuse of why this happened? Like, what was the original cause of why this happened?
Yes, because
What was his reason?
I didn't come across anything. It didn't come across anything that stated clearly what his reasoning was. I know, Karen, you mentioned it was his parents, like they were the reason why, or no?
I think I don't think if I did
Oh,
say that, I know I read somewhere they said that his grandmother was raising him and
oh,
his mother was not raising him. So they're saying that maybe he had some mental anguish because of that.
because of that.
I
Gotcha.
mean,
All right. Well, I
mhm.
heard something about him. Like he was saying that he was bullied, like he was being bullied, but then there was people that was his friends that was saying that he
He
wanted to
was,
be bullied, but nobody took him serious as a bully.
and he
So
got mad about that, right?
right.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the whole thing of you know being aware of what's going on in your child's life, or even if it's the grandparents, whoever, counselor, school counselor, somebody needs to see what's going on. Everybody, nobody's doing their job at this point. So that's why
Exactly.
everybody, needs to take part in this because nobody's doing their job if he felt this kind of way and nobody knew nothing about it.
Absolutely.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I was trying to look at some of the comments.
Something
Yeah.
is ridiculous. It's nasty.
Mm.
It's downright disgusting.
Yeah.
Almost like you can't fathom this. And then when it happens, it's like, why does it keep happening?
That's what I was about to say. Like, I'm not going to say I can't fathom it because it keeps fucking
It
happening.
keeps
Exactly.
happening.
But it
Right.
keeps happening. Absolutely.
Right.
You know, a couple of months ago, where we had the school shooting that happened in, you know, what was that? The little town that they have. You know, they celebrated the memorial of that.
Right.
It's just weird. It's wild out here.
But
And I want people to stop fucking comparing this to inner city Chicago, inner city Philadelphia, how we killing ourselves, and there's guns there and there's no control there. But y'all telling us every time we ask, there's gun control, or another reason why gun control needs to be put in place. Measures should be put in place for gun control. You have stupid politicians making comments. Well, what about Chicago? They don't, you know, gun controllers ain't there either, but they're running lawless and reckless.
I don't want to hear that gun control.
Me either.
I don't want to hear that. That's not even a discussion. That's not even possible. That's not even a real thing.
So did y'all hear about the backpacks, the bulletproof backpacks that they're selling? Like, although I think it's a great idea, and it's unfortunate that it's a great idea, but I feel like, what is that really saying, that they have to create bulletproof backpacks that you can send your children to school with that turns into a bulletproof vest? Like, that is insanity.
That's saying that people are fucking out of control.
Right. But it's like, if we think about it, really, what is being done? Like, nothing.
Right. Nothing's being done. A lot of people's crying, and a lot of people's going to be protesting, but people need to start doing things.
Right.
And the first
now
thing,
that bullet.
Hold on, K-Day. And the first thing people need to start doing is, I see people in the comments saying that he was beefing with his grandma. The first thing that needs to be addressed is, you have to let these kids know who the parent is and who the child is. And you don't have all these rights and all these fucking rules and all this. I don't know about y'all, but I wasn't allowed all this fucking talk back and all this.
Okay.
Back.
Okay.
I'm 41 years old. I still don't talk back.
Right.
I can't talk back.
Right.
The other day, like, fuck you think you're talking to us, man? I just said I don't want that. I wasn't talking crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm cool. You
can't.
Well, yo, it's
and
weird.
Like, you think about it, like, my mom would come and go in through my room. Like, I mean, I'm a female, but boys, like, what, the parents not going through social media accounts, not going through the rooms, not going through anything to see. And I'm not saying all parents, I'm just saying, like, to see really what's going on with your children. Like, how does he have all of this, you know, these rifles and this stuff without anybody, like, getting a whiff of it, not even a little bit, to maybe try to intervene?
Exactly.
I mean, maybe
But
the
what I was
grandmother
about
was
to
old or something. I don't know.
Well, you know, with her, like you said, she was old and they're not checking it. But what I was about to say, T, I'm saying, Ish, as far as the bulletproof backpacks, that was just a business person thinking on their feet because they knew, you know, that something like that, parents are going to buy it. So that was a person thinking on their, you know, on their heels about that right there.
Right.
But
Even if somebody had a bulletproof book bag and I really wanted to kill you, I would find a way to kill you.
Headshot or something.
Yeah.
I know, right? But the businessmen know that frantic parents, that's what they're gonna do. But as far as like checking us, I do agree with you on that 100%. Everyone should be going through their child's social media. You don't know who they're interacting with. I mean, you really do not know who they are interacting with. So I highly encourage it. I mean, they could be telling a killer how to get to your house. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, out here, man. Wow, out here.
All right, so it's crazy out here. Let's continue to keep praying. Again, our condolences to the victims of the Udell mass shooting. Let's move on to some other news that we got out there. So on Thursdays, we all get together. We come together and we discuss what we're going to. We come together and talk about what we're going to discuss on the show. Somebody brought some pertinent information our way, right? Denise said, "Hey, y'all,
Hundo.
what about the 250 possibly $500. I said, what you talking about, Willis? She said, the gas refund tax. Now, when we hear the word gas, we kind of cringe. Goosebumps. We almost throw up in our mouths. Gas is fucking high. I filled up. I ain't even fill up. I put $30 for gas in my car. And that shit ain't move. Gas was $5.64 a gallon. The reason why we are bringing this up, because people, somewhat relief is on the way. Again, you may say, what are you talking about, Willis? T, put me up on the big screen, T. All right. So millions of Americans could receive monthly $100 payments to help with the rising cost of fuel under proposal by the Democrats in Congress, right? If approved, eligible Americans will receive $100 per month, with a further $100 per dependent in any month in 2022, where the national average price exceeds $4 a gallon, right? Representatives Mike Thompson of California, John Larson of Connecticut, Lauren Underwood of Illinois proposed the Gas Rebate Act of 2022. Americans are experiencing increased prices at the pump, and they are hovering around $100 a barrel, right? We're feeling the impact of what's going on in Ukraine by way of Vladimir Putin's illegal invasion of that country, right? Okay. So KD brought some pertinent information to us the other night and said, hey, there were some people on set that actually received a credit in their bank account from this gas tax credit, right? I said, what? We would have known about that, but it came to be true, right? There are 4 states right now who are participating who already sent out direct payments. $250 was sent to any individual who filed taxes from 2021 and 2020 and 2021, right? If you file single, you get $250. If you file joint, you get $500, right? And those states are Idaho, Iowa, Georgia, and the last one was Illinois. So check your bank account. You may have got a direct deposit of $250 or possibly $500 if you live in those 4 states. Now, for the rest of us, it's coming. It's coming. This bill has already been passed. This is not something that we have to wait on like the stimulus check. This is something that will be coming. If the national gas average is over $4, we could expect $100 per person. You and whoever your dependent is, who you claimed on your 2020 and 21 taxes. So be on the lookout for those direct deposits into your account. You might have already spent it. Gas is already high enough, so you may already have gotten yours and spent yours. You're like, damn, where does extra $100 come from? I don't know, but I'm gonna use it. So be on the lookout, people. The government is filling, some of the representatives in the Congress are feeling our pain, proposed a bill and passed it. So you could be on the lookout for that.
What people need to know is that as long as this Russia shit is going on, that gas is going to continue to go up. So it might even go up to $7 or $8 at one point.
I'm getting my burning rubble on at that point.
Child, give me a
Let me
horse
find
and
a
buggy.
bike real quick. Yeah.
I don't care if gas go to $20 a gallon. I'm still fucking driving.
Right.
I don't got
I mean, we all gonna have to drive.
I don't got.
for
It's
sure.
summertime. I don't got time for none of that. Put the AC on and ride.
Hey, we all look. I like walking anyway, so I'm just gonna have to damn get used to the walking. Walk
Yeah,
around the street to the store or whatever.
gas prices is affecting
Man, that's
now.
ridiculous.
It's affecting
Yeah.
travel. Is affecting the way we do business. It's affecting the way we get our food. It's affecting a lot of different things. So As long as Russia is doing its thing over there, we will continue to suffer over here. All right. So what do we do? That's the gas thing. So be on the lookout. And for this information, you got to send us $5.
That's what I was about to say. Let me hold something.
That's $5. Send us
Yeah.
all right.
Before we move on, let us know in the comments how these gas prices are affecting y'all. Did anybody in the comments get a a stipend yet? What's going on, people? Y'all being quiet in the comments. What's going on?
I'm still waiting for mine.
I'm spending my shit on sneaks. I don't even care. Fuck gas. I don't care about no damn gas. I'm spending my stipend on sneakers.
Well, I'm still waiting on mine. So somebody tell Congress this Georgia peach right here still ain't got her and sister girl need the coins. So somebody tell them I ain't got mine yet. And thank you, ladies. I've seen several of you say that you like my hair. Thank you
Looks good.
very much. But somebody, yeah, tell them this chick right here, she ain't got hers yet, and I need mine.
Solid.
Yeah.
All right, people.
So
What's the
up?
word? Are we ready to move on?
I'm ready to move on.
Ready to move on.
All right.
Go. What we got?
Let me see where we at. KD, what's up? You all right over there?
Ooh.
I am. I had to pick up my Bluetooth. Fail.
All right, people.
Okay.
As I've been outside and I've been talking to people and having different conversations and this and that, I come across a lot of females and they talk about how they go through these choices or ultimatums where they're with a guy and he's trying to tell her that she has to choose either the weed or him. And a lot of these females are choosing the weed over the guy.
Child,
What's your question now?
child, please. What the fuck? Tell me. You choosing to get high over
I
a road?
promise you
That'd
that
be weird. That's crazy.
this is a real thing that's happening because women have been so traumatized by being either physically abused, verbally abused, cheated on, whatever it may be, that took them down this road, that they're choosing the weed, which won't do none of these things to them, over a man. So this is a real thing that's happening.
So they want me sitting on that couch duck like Chuck because they masking the pain with marijuana.
That's what I'm saying. No, you got to realize that the weed plus a toy equals a good man.
No, I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far. But I mean, honestly,
the weed plus a toy equals a good man.
Right.
Like, yeah. I mean, if you choosing weed over a physical form, someone who could possibly be your soulmate, somebody that could possibly be the love of your life, you don't know these things, but you're choosing a vice over a human contact. That's me. That is insane to me.
Because it's boiling down to what do I trust more? And they're trusting the weed more than the man.
That's crazy. But why can't it be compromised? Like, why can't she just, say, all right, well, I'm gonna do it while he's not here, and then when he comes over, we can do our thing. It makes me feel good. He don't have to know. Like, I can compromise a little bit so that I can have a healthy relationship.
Right, but it becomes less of a compromise where it's not a every once in a while type of thing. It's a 3 or 4 times a day type of thing.
Right.
And when it becomes 3 or 4 times a day, then if your partner doesn't smoke or just doesn't want you to be indulged that much, this can become an issue.
It can become an issue
in your relationship. What's up, Nell?
That's crazy.
I can't even explain on this topic. I have literally nothing to say, and that never be the case. But I just don't know what direction to take this at. It's like you choosing a foreign substance over a person. I'd rather you just say, I just not. I'd rather deal with the way I want to deal with shit is.
Here it is, right here now. Here it is.
And that's the case. Then this is what this is. Is he the problem or is you the problem? Because you chose that no good man.
Uh-oh.
So like,
Uh-oh.
I'm not with that tonight. We not going there. Like we not going to dog people out no more. We got to get past that. Like at the end of the day, we got to take accountability for the shit that we put in our lives. If we continually going down the path of destruction, then that's our fault.
All right, now
The person that's in our life is our fault. We putting up with it. You got the choice of saying, all right, no good nigga, by myself.
Hold on now. I'm gonna give you the back. I'm gonna give you the background of this.
Give me the background because I'm lost.
That'll help a little bit more.
There's a lot of females that have been, molested. So their trust process is deep. Like their hurt, it's a different kind of hurt. So if they might have always been smoking weed since like teens, just because they was molested as a child, so they started smoking weed early. So now when they get to reach like their 20s, probably early 30s, it's so deep that it's like, this weed helps me get through my day, and I don't know if I can trust you.
Yeah, you know what? When it's broken down like that, I agree 100%. Whatever you gotta do to garner your mental health or your happiness from whatever it is that you need. If you say I choose this over that, that's your choice, and I'm all for it. If it's marijuana, if it's a crack pipe, if it's dope that you shoot up, whatever it is that you feel comfortable doing, by all means, do you. If that makes you feel good, who am I to have an opinion about what it is that you feel like you need to do? So, yes, I'm going to recant my statement and I'm going to say, by all means, you do whatever is best for you and whatever works for you. If it's the weed, the weed. If it's the man, it's the man. Or the woman, whatever it is, the case may be.
All right, so let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that there's more people because people look at me like I'm crazy when I don't smoke weed? Like they be looking at me like how, like why you don't smoke? Like, so do y'all think that it's more people that smoke or more people that don't smoke?
No, I think it would be even, right?
No, there's a lot of undercover smokers and people.
Yeah, it's a lot of undercover.
Oh yeah.
I think it's
you got a lot of people that do shit behind closed doors, not even closed doors, behind closed doors, and act totally righteous like they don't do something but really be doing it.
Right.
So you got a lot of clout. I think the legalization of what's going on out here is making people just come out. Oh, it's legal. It's like a cigarette now. I can go to the corner store and buy it.
Right.
All right, I'll do it. And you got a lot of people that just that's coming out now, and you're like, okay, cool.
All right, so let me know in the comments. Do y'all know more people that smoke or more people that don't smoke? And we can go around the panel and y'all answer. Do y'all know more people that smoke or more people that don't smoke?
Well, first of all, T, you can put my comment up there. What I said, weed is no different than beer or whatever floats their boat. So I would not say that people do it because they had some issue of trauma or whatever. I think it began as a form of entertainment, as all teenagers do. You may try it. Well, some may try drinking, it doesn't agree with them. Some may try weed, it doesn't agree with them. Some may try whatever. But the influence is there. And then some people just have an addictive nature. And I think it just happened to turn into the addictive nature. So that's their enjoyment. I don't think that it will have anything to do with as far as like abuse or anything. That's just their way of having fun. And hey,
I was just given an option, but
right.
what I'm But what I'm saying is, I know people that got they got to smoke when they wake up.
Mhm.
like on the
Oh
way
yeah,
out.
I do too because it's become habit forming to 'em.
Right.
That's what they want. You are absolutely right.
And
Um,
I want to talk about what Marilyn is saying because this is where the breakdown comes in. People that don't smoke, they don't want to be around people that smoke.
Mhm.
So this is where the divide comes in.
Hey, I'm Gooch.
mhm.
I'm Gooch. You
Right.
smoke,
Mhm.
I'm cool. I just it's not for me.
Mhm.
It's not for me. I don't find it attractive. Um, just don't do it around me. What you do when you're not around me, I can't control. But
Right.
I ask politely, please don't do that around me. It's
Mhm.
not something that I enjoy. So
All right, Ish, do you know more people that
Mhm.
smoke or more people that don't smoke?
I know more people that smoke. Yeah. Um, Not that I don't know a lot of people that don't, but I happen to know more that do. And for a lot of different reasons. Like I smoke. I smoke. I actually got off of an anxiety medication after 10 years, Zoloft. And it's to substitute that to balance me out. I smoke weed. It helps me, you know what I mean, with my anxiety, with my hyperactive nature, and so that's why I smoke,
Right.
you know what I mean. So for the people that do it, they have a purpose and a reason sometimes, and sometimes it's just for recreation, sometimes they just want to be high as shit.
All right, is
Mhm.
that a deal breaker for you since you smoke?
No, no, absolutely not. And it's not a deal breaker. And I will be respectful and mindful of someone who wasn't into it. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, if you're talking to somebody and they tell you, "I can't deal with you if you're going to continue to smoke," what's your response?
well, how far are we into the talking
You're
stage?
into it. You into it. You
Oh,
like
you into it? Yeah, then I
to
can
do
give
it.
it up. Yeah, I can give it up because again, mine's is to substitute an artificial medicine. Like, you know what I mean? I'd rather smoke weed, which is natural. You know what I mean? It's not chemically based, than to take a pill. So for me, I would be able to stop. You know what I mean? I would just possibly find some other mechanism to deal with my anxiety. So
All
if
right,
I'm really into him, yeah.
KD, is it a deal breaker for you?
I would say if you want to call it a deal breaker, because I am not going to stop doing what I enjoy doing. However, I would be respectful and not do it in their presence. But it's going to be known upon entering what I do or don't do so that it won't be any surprises. That's part of making sure that
Right.
someone accepts you for who you are.
Right. That's what I'm saying, KD. And everything starts out beautiful like that, and then
Hmm.
at some
Right.
point, a line is drawn in the sand, and they say you gotta pick. What are you doing?
Well,
Mhm.
I'm not giving up what I told you I was doing. Plain and simple.
See
Mhm.
now?
Plain and simple.
See
I
now?
mean, because you
Oh,
knew that coming in. That's
mhm.
what I'm saying. No, you knew that coming in is what I'm
Mhm.
saying. If
Mhm.
I had lied to you and said that I didn't do it, good and fine. But if you knew that coming in and you came in anyway, then why do that's like you want me to change and become something else.
Well, what if
Now I
he
don't blame
accepts it?
anybody who don't want to be. Huh?
Hmm.
What you
No,
saying?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was going to say, what if he's accepting of it in the beginning, and then you guys are deeper into it. We talking about 2-3 years, and then he's just like, babe, I've been dealing with it, but can we stop now? You know what I mean? How about then? Would you take that into consideration then, maybe?
That depends on the situation, but again,
Okay.
that's the purpose of me expecting someone to take me as I am. That's why I'm always honest with people.
Hmm.
so to
But I
answer,
mean, as we get into it, I might would consider it, and because I think that's a compromise once you
Yeah.
do become closer. That should be a compromise that you should become constant of because your partner could have some allergies or whatever, then yes, I'll let it go. when it comes to something like that, yes, it depends on what the situation is. So I wouldn't say a hard no just like that, because by then, feelings have developed and they care. So you should talk it out and come to a resolution. But if you say bye, I would, I mean, personally wouldn't have a
Look,
problem walking away. But do you
no,
have some that won't?
I'm
no,
not.
Like, I'm out. I'm out.
You know what? I learned. Um, if I love a person, and I gotten to that point of feelings to the point where I want to be with this person every day, or I want to share my space with this person. Um, it's not too much that I wouldn't accept
right.
as far as like that, because I realize turning our backs on people just because they do something that I don't like constitute as me loving them with conditions.
All right, I got you. I got you right there now. All right, now. So now you're accepting her doing it. Now she says, "I want you to smoke with me, babe. What's up?"
It is the thing. I'm a strong enough person. My voice is powerful. My no's mean no, and my yeses mean yes. So she's going to know, as much as I'm allowing you to do you and be comfortable where in your comfort. As long as it doesn't come to a point where is abusive, you're abusing it to the point where you have no control, right? Because the moment you use control is the moment that I'm gonna step in, not to chastise you, but more or less to help, right? But if she said, "Yo, I want you to start smoking with me," no, baby, that's not for me. That's what you choose to do. That's what you choose to do. I'm cool with it. But if like a person, like if I'm dating somebody and they develop a drug habit, God forbid they
Hold,
develop
hold on,
a
hold
drug
on, hold
habit,
on, hold
I'm
on.
gonna still
No.
support them. I'm gonna still
All
want
right,
to be.
all right, all right, all right. No, it's not a drug problem. It's just something that she likes to do.
No,
And
you know what?
hold on,
As
hold
long
on,
as
hold on,
if
hold
we
on.
living
Now let
together,
me
all right,
finish.
go ahead.
It's not a drug problem. It's just something that she likes to do. And now she wants to, enjoy it with you. Some people say that it's more intense sexually when y'all both is high. So she like, I want us to get high and have sex, and this is a deal breaker for me. What are you going to say now? Now,
The moment you I get high different ways. I get high different ways. I don't need a controlled substance to get me high. Never needed it. Alcohol, weed,
right.
pills, none of it. What gets me high is just happiness in life. So we can get fucking nasty in the bed with me being
No,
so.
I'm asking you, are you walking away? She's putting it on the table. This is the ultimatum.
Oh, if she look at the end of the day, if she give me an ultimatum and say, "Yo, you doing this, so we done," then I guess we done. I'm not going to do something that I don't do. I don't do.
Right.
Right.
I don't smoke.
Exactly.
Baby girl, I
Right.
love you, but
Exactly.
I'm not doing it just because you want me to do it, or we gotta. In order for me to be with you, I gotta do that. No, I'm not.
But as you say that, that's why I'm trying to tell y'all, people are choosing the weed over
Over.
romance.
But I think at some point that's gonna get lonely. Unless you come across obviously somebody that is equally into smoking
Eesh,
weed as
I
such as
already
yourself.
told
But
you.
I mean, the
It,
likelihood sometimes is hit or miss.
Who the
eesh.
That's
fuck?
exactly what they do.
Who
Most
be?
of them gonna stick to the ones that smoke anyway.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, if they're heavy smokers like that, then they're gonna want to be with somebody that smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
they seem to stick together when it
So
comes
that's
to
what
that.
I'm trying to tell y'all. We're moving into a marketplace where more people than less smoke. So we are the outsiders, the people that don't smoke.
Yo, it's
I
funny.
agree.
It's funny that you say that because when people approach you, right, the first question is one of the questions that they ask you nowadays is, "Do you drink or smoke?"
Right.
I don't. That's not
Right.
no.
Mm.
That's not a question. And they're not asking it so they can understand if you drink or smoke. They asking it like because that's what they do,
Right.
and they want to know if that's how you get down, or you ain't thorough if you're not drinking or smoking.
Right.
Mhm. Mhm.
But to each his own. That's what they do.
Yeah. But it's crazy to say
Hmm.
that, like it's like you're not in the cool group if you don't drink or smoke or whatever. To be an outsider, like
Right.
that's crazy. Some people choose not to indulge. That doesn't make them any less of anything. You know what I mean? So I
Exactly.
don't get that
I
way of
mean,
thinking.
it's just
Now,
that they don't do it. I
I
mean,
got,
I don't
I
drink.
got a question for you now.
Child, please.
Please.
Child, please. Fuck no, you can't smoke in my house. That's the most disrespectful thing ever. Can
Mhm.
you smoke in my house? Why would anybody want to smoke in somebody's house that don't
Don't
smoke?
smoke.
That's the most disrespectful
Exactly.
thing. Like at the end of the day, if that's
Exactly.
what you do, go outside.
Mhm.
Smoke and go
Hmm.
outside and if we're so close to neighbors, go around go sit in the car or something and do it. Don't punish people who don't do it. Can you
Exactly.
smoke? Am I allowed to smoke weed in your house if you don't smoke?
But like I was saying, I'm trying to show y'all that people is choosing the weed
Yeah,
over romance.
it's crazy.
That's what's going on.
Hey,
That's what's
thanks for the
going on.
question, Cynthia. You woke me up because I kind of was doing like a daydream. You kind of woke me up a little bit with that.
Let us know.
And
Man,
it's
that's
like each say too. It is an aphrodisiac for
yes.
men and women.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's a
Mm-hmm.
uh-huh.
For real? If I
So
bring a
it
bag,
is.
It's an
it get freaky.
aphrodisiac.
Seriously, like you smoke it and it just
Hmm.
enhances your sexual prowess,
Right.
gets you going.
Yeah, that's why y'all.
Yep.
Like wine, or like some people have to
Yeah.
have a drink or two and,
I
and
know, I
to
know. She
yeah.
right here, Cynthia. We know it's just a question. We're not bragging on you. Please don't think we're beating up on women. We're not doing that. We just it
There
gave
we go.
it gave the question gave, and, and I had to
Mm.
understand the assignment.
All right, so let us know in the comments, is it a deal breaker for y'all if somebody draws a line in the sand and you have to be compatible, either smoking or not smoking? Is that a deal breaker for y'all? Let us know in the comments if that's a deal breaker for y'all.
And just know, y'all, you do have other alternatives. There's edibles now.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's what
some
Yes, the
brownies.
edibles.
you
Hmm.
know. What like
Yeah, I mean,
I'm, if
They
if
actually have weed
my
wine too.
if I know my lady is a smoker and I don't want her to
Look,
smoke around me, but
the
she's
people,
coming with,
the people I
with
know that
huh?
smoke, they don't like
I
edibles.
would supply her with stuff.
Mm.
They don't like edibles because they say get them too high. So they just love to smoke. Right.
Yeah, like
oh,
I wouldn't,
wow.
I wouldn't, if you had if that's your vice, right,
Right.
and we together, I might not like the smell of it, but if that's what's going to make you happy, then we buy you some edibles, we get you a little, make you a drink or whatever had you that's
Hmm.
infused with it. You know what I mean? And long as you somewhere safe, and I ain't gotta worry, and I know you home and you chill, and that's what you like to do. By all means, do you. I'm not going to hit
So,
it with.
glass of wine. Glass
Yeah,
of
they have
wine.
they have infused weed infused wine. They do. It's
Yeah, I'd
really
rather you
good
Hmm.
too.
do it, and I'd rather you be comfortable and safe than sneaking around and not. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Hmm.
All right, I got a question for East.
Hmm.
All right, East, since you said you smoke, right?
Yeah.
How did you feel about if your son wanted to smoke?
Well, he's old enough one to make his own decisions in that
Right, but
sense.
I mean coming up. You know how it is.
Yeah, coming up. Yeah, I would be like hell to the no. But I also didn't start until later in life myself. I didn't like it when I was younger. You know what I mean? I thought it made me like sleepy. I was like, I don't want to be dumb. Count to 10 and I'm knocked the fuck out. Like I just didn't like it at that point in time. So I probably, would have been telling them no, don't do it. It's no good for you. I would probably have been against it
All right,
at that
KD.
point in time.
KD, your son's 16, 17, and he's smoking. How do you feel?
Well, I would not like it. In fact, I was looking for signs of it. You know how when you see them acting differently or whatever, you're looking for signs of it. I definitely would not have liked it. But however, I will say what I did on senior night because I know how the kids are around here. He didn't know that I did it, but I knew that if he wanted to get to it, that he was going to get to it, and I know how they are. I wanted to make it safe for him.
Wait a minute,
I arranged with
is KD
Ro.
supplying
Just
speed?
listen. Can we listen? Can we listen? Okay. Had he had to get it anyway, he was gonna get it. I wanted to make sure that what he got was gonna be safe, and I arranged with my sister. I call her my sister. She's been my sister forever and a day. But I arranged with her to give that to him as a graduation present, with him not knowing that I would know, and that way that kept him from going out getting something that could harm him. I knew that it would be safe because you're not going to stop it. Do I condone it? No, but I knew you weren't going to stop it. I chose to make sure that he get the safe stuff rather than get stuff that was tainted because I know how people are around here.
All right, Isha, I got a question for you.
Yep.
We'll say you're dealing with your partner and he gets high like 5-6 times a day.
Mhm.
Is that a deal breaker?
No,
Okay.
no.
What about you, KD?
I didn't quite catch that. Can you run that again?
I said the guy that you're messing with, he gets high all day long. This is his shit. He's getting high 5-6 times a day. Is that a deal breaker?
Yeah, that's gonna probably be a deal breaker for me. Mm-mm. Because you gotta be. Not, I'm not judging them for what they do, but my choice would not to be that. That would be one the probably a female that does that all day that would accept somebody like that. That's not me. No, I
But
definitely
what's
would
the
not accept
difference
it.
for one time a day versus 5 or 6? High is high.
I think it's a difference.
Like a glass of wine a day. Like a glass of wine a day.
That's okay.
But
I think it's a difference because it's a difference between like you having a glass of wine after work or you smoking after work, and then you can't function without fucking smoking. Like I can't go outside. I can't do nothing. It's like there's people that can't function without
Oh
smoking.
yeah.
So that's
Right,
my
exactly.
two
That's
things.
actually,
Mhm.
yeah,
I actually have a brother,
and that
blood
would
brother.
concern me.
All right.
I actually have a blood brother who lives in California who actually owns a weed dispensary who actually smokes maybe 12 to 15 times a day. And he's very successful.
All right.
He doesn't walk around high and dumb and
Right.
stupid.
Mhm.
His body is so immune to it
All right.
that it's almost like second nature to him.
Mhm.
So you have some people who are career smokers
All right.
or chronic smokers or just they're just so used to it that that's what it is to them. Just like people that smoke 5 and 6, 7, 8 cigarettes a day,
All right.
it's the same thing.
Mhm. And it's
And
different
Hmm.
strands,
you don't even,
indica, sativa, that gives you different effects.
yeah, I
You know.
asked him, I said, do
Yeah.
you even is it really even a high for you anymore? Like where it's like to a normal person who's not a smoker like myself, where I'm, you know what I mean, dumb, comatose or whatever. He's like, nah, it's just more or less this. I need this, or this is what I do, and it just fuels me to continue to keep going on.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then, there's the CBD oil. People are using that like for pain. So you have where it's legalized for pain and stuff now.
Mhm.
All right, but we can wrap
But
this.
now, but now, just a matter of hanging on the corner, tea, smoking it all day.
Yeah.
I am not
But what if he get a
down with
bag
that.
for it?
No.
What if he get a bag? He get to a bag and he's standing on the
What you
corner all
mean?
day.
If
He,
he
he
if
bring
he if
home
he
he
money,
bring
right?
home money.
Right.
Right.
He ain't giving you no drama.
Uh,
He just
Right.
smoke
Mhm.
weed and stand on the
He just,
corner.
yeah, he just smoked weed all day.
Why he got to be
I
on the
mean, but
corner though, y'all?
and I mean, that's just in my mind. But I mean, um, if it's somebody that is functional, because I do know some. Look at the Willie Nelsons. You know what I mean? Look at people like that. You have some people that, yeah, they use it on a daily basis all the time. You never even know that they're using it. But if it is impacting them being able to, function normally. You know what I'm saying? Crackheads. You know, like the actions of a crackhead
Hold on,
versus
KD.
somebody making some
Right.
money.
Hold
Right.
on, KD. God damn. You gonna jump right to crackheads?
Right.
Well,
Say,
I mean, we had used that term, you know, as far as drugs because you have it in so many different forms. Is what I'm saying. So you
See,
have people that
yeah,
that will pop edibles all day long, or they may just pop an edible because they have pain, or
no,
you know,
I
CBD.
know people. I know people that got corporate jobs and they still smoke before work. They smoke on their
mm-hmm.
lunch break. They smoke after work, and that's just how they roll. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Where are they handling business?
yeah,
Handling their business.
All right, then.
Right.
There you go. As long as
I'll
they're handling
agree.
their business.
Yeah. As long as
Cynthia,
they're functional,
don't
that's
Yeah,
matter
good.
when he work. If he get to a
yeah.
bag, he get to a bag.
Mhm.
When do he work? Don't matter when he work. If he bringing home the money to take care of responsibilities where he lay his head, it doesn't matter. He's not putting you
No.
or the home in harm's way. Doesn't matter. He might got a t-shirt business. In between smoking weed,
Hmm.
he made t-shirts. He made this t-shirt.
Never know.
Never know.
This is
We
true.
always put limitations on people because we don't understand. We don't need to
Hmm.
understand. He understands. That's all that matters.
I'm not gonna say it's the
Well,
limit. Look, no, I'm not gonna say it's the limitations of the people that don't smoke. I'm gonna say it's the people that do smoke. They don't want to be around people that don't smoke.
I don't think that's true.
I promise you, this is a real thing.
I don't know if that's true.
I promise you that this is a real thing.
Like then they way addicted then.
I
Like
promise.
that's
It,
yeah.
that's
no,
yeah.
I'm not even gonna say it's an addiction. It's a compatible thing. Like it's a compatible thing. Like they
Yeah, I mean, it's just that they choose to be
Yeah.
around like people.
right,
That's why I
Right.
said they prefer to be
Right.
around someone who's going to do the exact same thing that they do.
Mhm.
That would be, you know, I mean, like somebody who drink a lot of beer. Okay, well then they may want somebody hanging around with them who can be their buddy and drink. You know,
Mhm.
you have couples who say that smoking marijuana together enhances their sex lives.
Mhm.
But I mean, I again, like-minded people are usually going to stick together if it's that much, if it's that important to them.
right,
I put it that way.
Right.
right.
Mhm.
All right, now we can move on because I see you getting frustrated. I see you getting frustrated, but I promise you that this is a real thing.
All right. So from weed and romance to what does your name say? Do your kids have your last name?
All right, so this is how I want to break this down. How I'm gonna ask the parents, how did you choose your child's name, and do they have your last name, and are you pissed if they don't have your last name? And no, this is gonna be for you. If you had a child, would the girl or the boy have to have your last name? All right, who wants to start?
Mhm. I'll go. My son does not have my last name. He has his dad's full name. He
Does
is a
it bother
junior.
you? Does it bother you?
It does not.
Okay.
It does not.
Do you go?
I'm very happy that he has his
Did you
dad's
have
name.
any experiences where you had to pick them up from school and they called you by that last name?
Yes, it annoyed the fuck out of me, but I can see how that assumption can be made. You know what I mean? Because it's just an assumption that, you know, either we're married or it's the same last name. But it didn't bother me, but it just got on my nerves a little bit.
So is your son a junior?
He is a junior.
Okay.
He
Okay.
is a junior.
So if
I
you
tried
had
to switch up his middle name, and they was like, "No, if you switch up his middle name, he's not going to be a junior." So I was trying to make him a little different, but I couldn't do
all right, so if you would have had another child, would you would have moved differently?
I will say probably not.
Okay.
No, I would have stayed in unison
Okay.
and kept it the same. Yeah.
All right, KD, what's up?
My son has part of his dad's name. I never liked Junior. I would have went the second or something like that, but I never liked Junior behind a name. Personally, I didn't. It's just too overrated. But I chose the first name is David, and then I liked Alex, but I knew that David Alex didn't sound right, so I just had to make something go good with Alex. So David Alexander, and we do have the same last name legally, so it was never a problem in school as far as being called the last name.
All right, now what's up?
If I had a son or a daughter, yes, they would have my last name. I'm that much of a father that my children are going to bear my name. As you know, T, you know my story. You know I was raised in a home with my stepfather. My mother and my stepfather married, when I was young, and they had a child together. So those three have the same name. Mother has her husband's name, and my little sister has her father's name. I was the only one in the house that did not. I had my father's last name. Did I feel some type of way about it? No, because I knew what the dynamic was. Just because a person has someone else's last name, that doesn't make the person who's raising them less than a father. But reconciliation purposes, as I got older, I was able to reconcile with my father. Not even reconcile, but just forge a relationship with my biological father. And we have a great relationship to this point. So when we do go to family functions, family reunions, or even like yesterday, I had to take my father to the hospital. It felt good when they said Mr. Gethers.
All
I looked up because that's my last name. When I called the hospital and asked for updates, they know I'm his son because we share the same last name. So there's an honor with that. It's supposed to be the child carries the name of their father,
hold on,
especially.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Let's stop it right there. Where's this unwritten rule that says the child is supposed to have the father's last name?
Well, isn't that what it's supposed to be? That's how it's supposed to be, right? The child carries the father's last name
Who said that?
because that's the only thing that he has left to himself is his through his bloodline is especially his sons because they carry that name on.
So
That's why they want names to be carried on.
ladies, do y'all agree with that? That if you have a child, it should have the father's last name?
Totally,
Yeah, I
one
mean, I
hundred
think it's
percent.
like generational, behaviors. Like that's what it has been probably since the beginning of time. You know what I mean? That
Mhm.
the child carries the name of the father, and that's just the way that it's been. The new wave doesn't, women give their children their last name, and it's
Yeah.
carrying on their namesake
Right.
too. You know what I mean? So I can see where the newer generations are implementing that, and how that can be amazing too. But it's just always been the dad's last name.
Okay, so how I see it is a lot of women that I know, they gave their child their last name because the father wasn't around, or
Hmm.
he just wasn't shit. So they gave
Hmm.
the father their last name, and a lot of women that I know that did give the child the father's last name, they're upset that they gave the child the father that last name because they go through that school thing and other things.
Oh.
So that's
Right.
a big problem with them. But with my kids, I named my kids first, last, and middle name because when I speak about my child or when people see my children, and even if you just see our names, I want you to know that that's my child. Like my name is not going to be Steve and my child is named Jason. Like that's not going to work for me. Like our names go in unison. My name and their names all go in unison, and I did that specifically.
So they're juniors,
No, they're
or
not.
does it?
They're not.
Oh, okay.
I'm a junior. I'm a
You're a
junior.
junior. Okay.
But my kids, like our names. Everybody has a T in their name, and everybody's
Gotcha.
name is
Mhm.
Taylor. And I gave them both their middle names.
Gotcha.
My niece did well. My sister did that with her kids. She used all B's. Brian, Brittany, Brandon. My niece did it with her kids with the E's. India spelled with an E. Evan and baby Elani, Elani. So yeah, pretty much stuck with that. And I would have had I had another child. I was gonna stick with the A's.
All right, Nell. So what would you do as far as having a child? Do you want claim in the first name too?
What's that?
If you had a child, would you want to have some say in what the child is being named?
I don't know if I don't get too caught up in that unless it's a real crazy name that
Right.
they try and name it. Like, if it's my first child, what I mean? Historically, we want to name our child, especially if
Right.
it's a boy. No, I don't want my child to be a junior. I want him to have his own identity. I want him to be his own man. I want him to be able to stand on his own first name and be able to continue to gather his legacy. I do want that, but it don't matter. I think we should be able to come together and decide together what the name can be. I mean, we on child 6. Knock yourself out. Name whatever you want.
All right, no, y'all on child 1 or 2, and she says, "I want his name to be Riff Raff."
Then she can get her fucking ass out. Deliver this baby. Deliver the baby. We're gonna go to the hospital. You're gonna deliver this baby, and you can get your ass out. I'll
Not
take the
riffraff.
baby home. Baby fucking riffraff does not exist. Not happening. We're not naming because I don't think people understand. Well, and nowadays names is crazy now.
That's what I was about
We
to
got
say.
Apple, we got Device, we got freaking Cornroll. We got people that they kid all kind of
That's
names.
what I'm saying. Sometimes
Right?
people don't understand that these names.
Nah, this nigga right
You
here
have to
ain't naming
carry
his
this
goddamn
name.
son
You have to carry
riffraff.
this name, right?
I'm not naming my dear child riffraff.
Yeah.
But there's something that we gotta come together. And if she acting stupid, baby girl, leave him there. We get you an Uber.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Let me ask the ladies. All right, ladies. So you said you're all with giving the child the father's last name. What if the father's last name is Dookie?
Holy fucking smoke.
Yeah. Then we might have to think of something different.
If the
Yeah, we
name
might
was
have to
what?
go with my last name. He said Dookie.
I said it's Dookie now.
Oh,
The last
no,
name.
I'm changing my shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm beating my
First of
damn
all, Key, I
Yeah.
don't think I would have even put myself in the position to have a baby by somebody with that last name.
Ah,
Right. He
no, I
might be
mean,
a good John. He
a
might
lot.
be
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people got fucked up last names. KD, don't get it fucked up.
they be real like Elon Musk.
Yeah, that's
Elon Musk.
Yeah. But
Would
then
you name
that's
him by the last name of Musk? That
Yeah.
nigga got millions and billions and
this is
trillions.
true. This
A
is
lot of
true.
yeah. Well, you know what? Then they just be stuck with that last name.
No,
I
oh
I
no.
I would have given maybe
Hell.
my last name a little bit, but they just stuck like Chuck.
Shut
He must have
up.
woke up out the dead with that comment because he been quiet. But he came with El Dookie. See, you know what? But then it's maybe if his name is horrible, maybe we can hyphenate it or something and take some
Now
of the
I'm gonna
pressure
keep it.
off that
I'm gonna
last
keep it a
name.
bean and I'm gonna keep it 1,000 on this drink tonight. My daughter's first name, I already got it picked out. If I ever was to have a daughter,
Right.
right? Her name is gonna be Guadalupe.
Here you go.
You know what?
That's her name. I've been wanting my child to have that name since I was 14. My daughter's name is Guadalupe. Lupe, we gonna call her for sure.
I can't.
My
You got it
son
all planned out.
planned.
Now what if the mom don't like Guadalupe? I mean, it's a beautiful name now. It's a beautiful name, but what if she does not agree with
Right.
Guadalupe? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna give her some leeway?
I'm gonna sit it down and say, honey, check this out. This is my first child. Can I please name my first child
You don't
Guadalupe?
care.
Look at
She
like
don't
Guadalupe.
Guadalupe.
care now. She
Yeah,
said,
she like we are We
No,
are black.
no, she said her name is Tanisha.
She's got. We are black. That's a really, really Mexican
Yeah.
name.
Sometimes I give off Panamanian though. Sometimes they say I give Panamanian. So
I get that too. Now
I
I
could
get
be.
that too. I get that too.
Yeah, I was confused. Like somebody like, damn, you look exotic. I was like,
Look,
I do.
yeah, I get that.
Like,
Too.
yeah, they said,
Look, now,
I said exotic.
look,
How?
now,
If I look in West Philly or Southwest Philly, they was like, no, you giving Panamanian.
no, she said.
Oh,
Look, she said she's not. Look, the girl said she's not naming her the shit that you said. She wants to name her a project name. So,
Right.
like Carisha.
Yeah, like what are we doing?
Carisha,
Right.
her and the city girls can go to fuck to Miami.
So you say your daughter will be named Guadalupe, no matter what.
All right, we can. If Guadalupe ain't in there, then her nickname gotta be that. She gonna run around the house getting called something, and it's gonna be her name. Gonna be her real name. Gonna be Guadalupe, or her nickname gonna be Guadalupe. When she walking, Guadalupe, come here. Can you go get Daddy a cup of water? I'm doing it. So if we decide we're gonna name her Brianna, her middle name gotta be Brianna Guadalupe Gathers.
I can't.
Oh, my goodness.
He got it all chosen,
He
y'all.
got it all
He's
figured
got it all.
out.
I can't be mad at him. And I was gonna suggest that she give it one name that she like, and they combine it with Guadalupe.
Okay, so
Compromise.
is this a thing that where ladies are so caught up in the moment, that they don't always think this through, and they just be like, I love him, whatever you say. Is
That
this
could definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it get like that. Yeah. Well, they just do it because once they get mad with the man or break up with him, then it's like I can't stand you, look just like your dad, or they don't want to even call the name.
Can we talk about it, please?
Sure.
That was a beautiful statement that you made, KD. The hair is given tonight. It's given very much love. So KD made a beautiful point. When a woman get mad at the man, he ain't shit at that point. Why is that?
Exactly.
Why?
What's up, ladies? We need answers.
How come he went from, oh my God, he the greatest thing ever, to fuck that nigga, he ain't shit? Just because it didn't work out, it didn't go the way you wanted it to go.
I always say it's the easy
and this
way
is the
out.
part. But this is
Easy
the
way
part to
out.
get me. What? But look, they gonna like punish the man. You're punishing the child first and foremost. You're not punishing the man. But when you get mad and things go south or whatever, you get mad with the man. Don't punish that child. You take the family out of the child's life. You're taking the daddy out of the child's life. Well, just because you're not getting along with him, you don't want chose to have that child with that man.
All right, so let me ask you, depending on what this man did to you, would you change the child's last name?
Well, my child would have the dad's last name anyway. I'm not doing
I
that.
wouldn't change.
That is not a wise decision to do.
People change, and people may not end up to be what you thought, as glorious as you might have thought they were, but that doesn't mean that they should not be shit, or you know what I mean? Like, it should just be okay, well, you know what, it just wasn't right, so be it. I got his kid, you know what I mean? It is what it is, and we're just going to move on from it and not, place blame and onus on him at that point in time. It's the easy way out to say, oh, well, he ain't shit, girl. I hate that nigga. He ain't shit. Da, 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 da. It's easy to do that.
All right. So even with your last names, do you love your last name?
What do you mean? I love my last. I mean, Neil. Yes, I love Neil. Now, I love my last name.
Well, my last name is my marital name, which I'm currently divorced. I did not change it back. So right now, my last name is just not really a last name for me. I'm not going to say, because that nigga ain't shit. I ain't going to say. No, I'm not going to say that. No, I'm not going to say that because that's not necessarily the case. But yeah, I haven't taken my name back. I haven't taken my surname back. It's just too much paperwork and stuff, so I was being lazy. But
Right.
I mean, it's cool.
No, you love your last name?
Now, so legally, well, okay. I'm sorry, Nell. I just want to say legally, I still have my married name, and I actually do not like going by that name now. But I've been using KD Neal ever since I began writing back in 2012. So that began
All right, KD. All right,
before it even
KD.
ended.
KD, so when you got married, did you like the name and now you don't like the name?
I mean, the name was fine. Actually, I tried to get him to take my last name, and that's no lie. He told me I was a damn fool. I mean,
Okay.
Okay.
and I mean, I tried it. Hell, I tried it,
Y'all
but
wouldn't do
yeah,
that.
I
See, you wouldn't do
I asked
that.
him. Oh,
I
he told
wouldn't
me I
do it.
was damn crazy.
I'm a junior, Ish. That's not even a question.
But you said that ain't even happening. I already know Nell answer.
That's not even.
No. Won't you take my last name, baby? No. No, not happening.
My
I
identity
mean,
is my
I even tried to swing it out.
like my identity is my identity. I built this identity for 40 something years.
Right.
I built this portion of Gathers, this tree branch that is of me. I built that. So
So would you be okay? Oh, I'm sorry.
I love my last name because I love what it represents.
Right.
I love who's in a part of my last name. I love what I have become from my last name. Right. So yes, I do like my last name because I felt like I had a part in cultivating that portion of my last name. I took that and ran with it and made it successful for myself.
Right.
So would
But
either
hell
of
no, I'm
you
not
be
taking
a?
no. I'm
I
not
know
taking
that's
my
right.
last name. You kidding me?
Ish, that's not a
Would,
question. That's not a question. Ish, go
We
ahead.
at
no,
the
no, I
altar
know,
and
but
they
would
say,
either you be like, would you object to say your wife not assuming your last
yes,
name, and she
yes,
will want to keep her
yes.
own name, her own identity, what
You then
she's
you don't
built up
then
for
you
many
don't
years?
want to be you don't want to be married.
I think my last name is better.
But the
I
thing is,
think my
the thing
last name is better than whatever your last name could be.
you
Right.
the moment I proposed to you, I proposed bringing our lives together. Right? I proposed to you. You didn't propose to me. I asked you to marry me. I asked you to take on the commitments of being in my life and me being in yours.
Right.
Right? I said, will you now become mine? My companion, my other half. So
All right,
if
no,
the moment you say I do,
hold
you're
on.
saying I do
No,
to
no.
become Miss
What if she
Darnell
wants a hyphen?
Gathers.
What if she wants a hyphen?
No, no fucking hyphen. Marry your brother. Marry your fucking brother. You want the hyphen, you want your name so bad, marry your brother.
Look,
Yeah, it's not going.
look what your chat is saying. What if this is the case?
Hmm.
I love my last name. That's all I have left of my dad. I get it. But the union, like you want to become somebody's wife, right? You're leaving your home, your father's home, and coming into my home. I get that's all you have left of your father, but let's make memories of our own. I get it, but yet and still you're becoming my wife. We take on all those responsibilities together. Like the name is that serious?
Sometimes it is. No.
But
Yeah.
then we can't. So then we can't. We got to pick and choose. Then we can't pick and choose what marriage looks like. Like it's like, all right, cool. I want to be married. I want to be your wife. I want to be yours. So we picking and choosing what we accepting.
Like being as though I'm a junior. Like it's nothing that you can get me off of my last name. Like.
But see, you also are a man.
Right, but that's what I'm
You're
saying.
carrying. You're carrying.
That's what I'm saying.
You're carrying the Taylor name.
Right.
Your legacy.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. As a female, some females are like daddy's girls to the core. So like that might be a moot point. Like I'm not moving. They might not want to move off that. Like
Then all right. You're not moving
Now
there.
we have to look at other ways too, guys. Okay.
That
Now
too.
I've always kept my I've kept my last name, my maiden name, as my middle name. Hyphen or well, no, not hyphen. I just use that as the middle name. But now you have to look at a female in my position. I write a pen name as that. I act under Karen D. Neal. So, but legally, and most of them are like that. Legally, you have your husband's last name, but in the public's eye, you're gonna have your last name. It's a name that they are associated with, as
So,
far as
so
with you.
Katie,
Now, again, I
so
kept
Katie,
my.
so
All right,
Katie,
so,
what if your
so
husband would have said, "You better get that shit right on those fucking books and put my last name on it"? How would you have handled that?
I would not have had any problem with that at all, except for I know what our situation was at the time. In fact, I played with different ways of writing, and I was gonna write as Karen Neal Cummings. I played with different ways. I would have been proud to put the last name because it shares my son's last name. Now, however, Neil was going to be on there because Neil is I use that as my middle name. But because of the situation, that was why I just put it like that. I would have had any problem with it had things been different. Not at all.
So basically, you just would have did whatever the fuck you wanted to do.
Huh?
Basically, you just would have did whatever the fuck you wanted to do because Neil is not your middle name.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna let my main name go. No, because
see,
that's a part of my heritage.
see now.
cool. I mean, to each his own.
And to each his own. That's right. I mean, some
To the
people
day,
just like that.
the day, me and my fiance, soon to be wife, would have a sit down. If that was the topic of conversation, and she didn't want to carry together's name or whatever that she wanted to hyphen it Smith Gathers or Gather Smith, then that's a conversation that we will have. And it is what it is. Gathers is going to win, but it is what it is. If you want to keep your last name, just go LLC it, make it a business, make some t-shirts.
See,
Run
like, all right, no. See, like with my sister, right? My sister was a daddy's girl, and she got married, and she's not going to budge off my father's name. She just put a hyphen on it.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, you know what? It's just like the weed. She want to do it. She want to fucking do it. If it's going to save an argument, if it's going to save, and she's that passionate about it, then yes, I am willing to listen. If she said, "Hey, babe, this is the only thing I have left of my father. I need this to continue to go on. This is what keeps me going." Then yes, you can add that. I'm not changing my last name to that. And your name will have Gathers in it. But if you want to hyphen it Smith Gathers or whatever Gathers, that's cool. If you want to make it your middle name, that's cool. If you have it in there some way, somehow, it's cool for me. I don't care. But what happens if you found out that wasn't your daddy real last name? What happened?
That's crazy.
Fucked. Now you like, damn, that wasn't even my real daddy. That was the man from the bar. That was Mr. Charlie last name in the
That
bar.
would always be daddy.
Yes.
That's why y'all gotta stop playing with these
Hold
last
on,
names.
hold on, Nell.
Hilarious.
So let's look at my circumstance. So my father was adopted.
Mm-hmm.
So his original, like his real mom, her last name is Brown, but we carry the Taylor last name.
Mm-hmm.
So would that be considered not my real my real last name?
Well, that
It's true.
shit be shit in the hood. You know what I mean? Shit just be shit, and it's cool. But if you're adopted, now somebody that's taking you in and caring for you. That's a little different than your mom don't know who the fuck your dad is
Right.
because she had 6 guys and she just said, Mr. Charlie looked a little bit better than Mr. fucking Lopez, then we gonna go with him.
Right.
At the time, he had the big Cadillac, and the other guy had the Pinto. We riding with Mr. Charlie's last name, Jenkins.
We ride with them.
You did? So at the end of the day, that's why I said in the hospital, we going to deliver this baby together. Baby girl, we going to come to a consensus that this child is going to have Together's last name. This child is going to have Guadalupe somewhere in her fucking name. This child ain't going to be named Riff Raff. If so, we calling you an Uber after the stitches get put in.
Riff Raff, man.
Riff Raff, out of control.
Leave my nephew Riff Raff alone, man.
Exactly.
Leave my nephew Riff Raff alone. He cool. He cool. He a cool young boy, man. He cool.
But somebody like that's KD. So you telling me you not going because you right under that name, you going to keep the Nell name if you get married again?
Oh, Neil would never go anywhere.
See? Told you, Nell.
Neil has never went anywhere. I've always carried. I dropped Denise. No, Neil is my maiden name.
No, I told you, KD doing whatever the fuck she wanted.
That was your husband's name.
Her old middle name.
No.
Like,
Coming.
No, Neil is my given name. Karen Denise Neil.
right, Katie.
Uh-huh.
Right, Katie. What I'm saying is you can't just change that your middle name to your last name. Like
The hell I can't. I did.
you can
And legally.
Karen said,
And I did. And legally. Neil is not going anywhere. That is my daddy's name. And Neil is not, I'm proud to be a Neil. Now, granted, what Neil said about what if you find out that that's not your daddy now, it's kind of funny. We did find out that it's not really my daddy's last name, so we don't know what the hell we are, but we go as Neil's.
I told you that's Mr. fucking Charlie. Mr. Charlie drove that white Cadillac.
Well, whoever it is, my daddy went as a Neil, I'm a Neil.
I told you, Mr. Jenkins, your real last name. That's that country shit. You better stop.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
All right, no.
All right, but just
No, hold on. No, last question. Say you had a kid, you took care of this kid his whole life. Then you find out once the kid is grown, it's not really your kid. Do you still let him keep your name?
Yeah, that's my kid. I come from that. I come from a man stepping up, assuming a responsibility that wasn't necessarily his. It became his the moment him and my mom got together. So what's my difference? What's the difference in me? Is that child wasn't asked to be here. I provided love and support. I'm always going to love and support him. I find out they ain't my kid. Biologically, that's still my kid.
Yeah, that happened to my cousin.
Bond is
I'm gonna have my sisters beat his mom up, but that's still my son.
So what did he do? Ish, what did he do?
He found out when his son, namesake and everything, same name. He's a junior. He found out when he was 10 through child support court,
Right.
DNA testing, that it was not his biological son, his firstborn. So he thought, named after him and everything. It crushed him, but it was nothing he could do about it. At that point in time, he had built a strong bond, you know what I mean, with this kid who he thought was his firstborn. And it's still his son. It's crazy. It's still his son. Loves him to death and did not change a thing. I mean, the dynamic changed, of course, because the real father came into the picture and all of that, but he still maintained a very close bond with him.
I think I'm
and the name stayed the same.
Hold on. I think I'm feeling some type of way if I took care of this kid and I raised this kid and now the real father wants to come around. I think I'm feeling some type of way.
Yeah, you're going to feel some type of way.
You got a point there, too.
So, you know why? Why I say you're going to feel some type of way? Because my stepfather took care of me all my life. And me forging a relationship with my biological father in my teens, and then having some of that, but my father realized and understood the dynamics of that and how it was kind of shaky when we were younger. When I was younger, he may have felt some type of way, like, damn, all this man got to do is just exist, and he still gets loved without even taking care of you. But as a
Mm.
grown man, as a mature man, and as a real father,
Mhm.
he allowed whatever emotions that he had for the betterment of his son. I'm his son. To say, you know what, you're gonna be my son regardless of whatever. So it is
Mhm.
what it is. One thing we got to clarify too. Somebody made a comment in the comment thing in the comment section. Somebody said that children take on is supposed to legally take on the last name of their mothers. It's not the case. Pulled up a little
Mm.
bit of information, and the information by the Supreme Court actually says the court noted under the laws that neither parent has a superior right to determine the surname of the child, but it still is what is it? Pathromedy is the practice of giving children the surname of their fathers. In the United States, tradition is entrenched. So, by tradition in the United States and by some of the laws, the children is given the name of their father
Mhm.
in order to continue to keep on legacies and heritages. That way, we can build on those type of things. So, the law says that they should have our name. Give them my name.
Yeah.
Ethically, I think, I mean, I'm old school, and the child gets the father's last name.
Yep.
Right.
So it is what
Yeah.
it is, right? Who's we to
Mhm.
decide? If the father ain't stepping up to take care of that child, the mother has every right to do what she wants to do. If the
Yep.
father is there,
Hmm.
he's an intricate part of that child's life. Give the child his father's name.
Mhm.
What harm or foul is it going to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
that was that part of it.
So are you, good brother?
So you already know what this section is. This section right here is called "Gone in 60 Seconds," and we going right. So we now have a winner in the Eastern Conference Finals. Well, what does that mean now? We have a team that is now going to face the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals, and that will be the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics beat the Miami Heat in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals 100-96. So the Boston Celtics will be taking on the Golden State Warriors for the NBA championship. Who do you like? Are you round team Golden State or are you team Boston? Right? These two teams will do battle for one to be crowned NBA's best. So shout outs to both Golden State and Boston for getting to that final game, which is the NBA championship. You know what I mean?
It'll be a
Let's
good
go
match. That's a good
seconds with
matchup.
Nell. Also, I want to shout out somebody who is a watcher of our channel. She kind of like been throwing a little spice towards me and T, and her name is Janetta. She lives in the Atlanta, Georgia area. She's one of our biggest fans. She's one of our biggest supporters, and she's behind the scenes. Somebody hit me up in a message today and said, "Yo, Janetta kind of wasn't rocking with one of y'all statements last week, but she's a big supporter of y'all's, and she just wanted to know not only does she follow Uncensored Minds, but she also follows y'all on Wednesday on Tell Her Make Hits. So I wanted to give Janetta and the whole Atlanta crew our love and support here at Uncensored Minds.
Nice.
That's what's up.
See,
Well,
why people be wanting to give us hate, see?
They want smoke with us? They
Yeah,
want smoke with us?
they be like, no, T and know what's wrong. If a woman gonna ask a question, let her ask a question. Who I don't want no smoke, Janetta. Nah, I don't want no smoke.
They want smoke with us.
Also, one more thing, going to 60 seconds. I want to touch on this. This good brother has been out of football for the past 5 seasons. Colin Kaepernick took his first workout this past week with the Las Vegas Raiders. So he may be back in the NFL. Why is that important? He is the young brother who started the movement of kneeling during the national anthem to bring awareness to the injustices that are out here that us African Americans face. It's also to be said that this brother is not just African American, but also Caucasian. He's a half breed, right? He's mixed. But he took on this cause to show his support towards the injustice of our country. Also, we had a baseball player last week come out and said he will not come out during the national anthem because of what's going on in America, the injustice system, the recent all the crime and murder that is going on here with these mass shootings. He didn't get any backlash from it. So it just goes to show how when the pendulum swings to the right,
just say racist.
when the pendulum swings to the right, it looks a little different. It feels a little different. Everybody's saying, "Oh, we should support that." But when the brother actually took a stand, he sacrificed his career for this, and he explained why he did this. He
So
still.
no. What if I said I don't really have problems with people being racist because I think everybody's racist.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you know what? I actually
to a certain degree.
You know
right.
what? You know how we always talk about the honesty and how
Right.
we want honesty.
Right.
I actually appreciate the honesty of a racist person because I know exactly where they're coming from.
Right.
It ain't gotta be no wishy-washy. You ain't gotta be smiling in my face telling me you like black people, you got black friends, but all the while wishing on my downfall or wishing that my race wasn't even in existence or wishing that we went back to the slavery times and y'all have total reign over us. I appreciate when a person is what they is because at the end of the day, I don't gotta be around them.
Right.
You dig? I don't gotta be around them. So I appreciate a person. I'm not to say I appreciate them being racist, but I can appreciate the truth. And we all know the world is prejudiced. How many times have we said, "You white motherfucker, you nigga"? We say it all the time out of our mouth. We disrespect the other race without recognizance, and we claim we're not racist. Everybody has racism in them, jealousy, right? Lies, deceit, all that shit that we say we not. We all carry a piece of that in us because we said something that was racist towards another group. White, if we see somebody driving, we'll probably say, "Get your white ass out the way," or "Get your white ass," or "Get your Mexican ass off the road," or "You dumb mother." Something crazy. That's a sign of racism. That's a form of racism, right?
Look, I know KD racist.
Yep.
Damn, KD.
You racist?
What? Excuse me? Me racist?
I learned something
Not
new every
at
show.
all.
You racist?
I am not. You know what? She is not on here tonight, but the one that I
Hold
told
up,
you
hold up, hold up. Don't racist people always say that. I got white friends. I
Right.
got black friends.
I
My
got, well,
white
she's
friend
a white
on here right
sister,
now, but if
not
she
even
normally
friend.
on here,
She is my white sister. How about that?
the first thing a racist person says is they got something of the other color. Damn it, KD.
No, I am not racist. And ask this question since y'all post that. Would you date outside of your race?
Of course.
No.
Okay, so then you're not that racist.
I will not date outside my race. My black woman is enough for me. I came from a black woman. I watched black women struggle. So why would I go get anything different? I will not ever date outside my race.
I'm gonna
But that's a lot of people who do. And those that do, how do they deal with that if that word slip out? You see what I'm saying?
I'm gonna choose black. I'm always gonna choose black women first, but I'm not opposed to no other race.
I mean, you're going to knock a joint down. We already know that. I'm not wifing it. I'm not wifing
That's
those.
just an experience in your life.
I'm not wifing that. And
Right.
hold up. Gotta PSA this. Because we might get flagged. People be in my inbox killing me. To my white folks that's watching us tonight, thank you. By no means are we saying this in a racial way.
Right.
And no man am I saying I will only date in my race. That's my preference. I come from this. I can only understand it. And I know she can understand me. Right? If she slips out and say, "Nigga, shut the hell up," I'm not going to bat my eye. Because I know it's not coming from a malicious place of whatever. Somebody who hasn't per se been through the struggles, it's a little different for me. So, no.
Oh,
But let's
now I'm
get
not
back.
going that far now. I ain't
You
going that far. I may not better now, but I'm throwing out the damn fist. Now I will date outside of the race, but the first time nigga come out, oh hell, it's on.
Oh shit.
It's on.
That's what he
Yeah,
said.
I will not accept that.
That's what he's saying, KD.
Right.
Hmm.
That's what he's saying
No,
tonight.
no, I thought no,
Yeah.
I thought Neil said he wouldn't take it personally because he don't because he knows she
Oh,
loved it. And yeah, I know that
no,
it
I
could
Oh,
said
be
a black.
love there.
No, I was saying a black woman. If a
yeah, he
black
said
woman
he's
comes
not gonna
out,
take it personal from a black woman.
Right.
I got you. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I thought you was talking. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
Love
little wild.
dating outside.
That's a little wild, KD.
Yeah. Well, see that's my thing. When you date outside the race, you're gonna run that chance that that word is gonna slip out. That's when some
No,
issues are
no,
gonna
KD.
start.
I'm saying that's a little wild for you to think that Nell would be okay with a white girl calling him a nigga.
I know. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I heard wrong. My apology.
Look at her face. That's a little wild.
I was thinking
Lord,
he
it's
meant if
like,
he was
yeah.
saying love.
Look how much
I'm
in love
sorry.
you
My
is.
apology.
I don't care how much in
Mhm.
love you is. That's wild,
Child,
KD.
please.
KD, I had a problem with
My apology.
I had a problem with you saying little black boy and you a little black girl.
Right.
I had a
True.
referred to as me.
True.
You think I'm not gonna have a problem with 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 Becky calling me something?
Becky calling you something
I'm
out your
sorry. Yeah, you're right. When I think about it that way, you're right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Let's get out of here.
yeah,
I gotta go home.
Becky.
I'm still at work and shit. I gotta go home. Let's
Oh,
wrap up.
all
So,
right,
man,
guys.
this is episode 81.
hold,
I
hold on.
told
Hold on.
y'all. What did we
Hold
say when we first started? You going to shed a tear.
Yeah.
KD shed a tear
Mm-hmm.
earlier. She was shedding a tear. It came from an emotional place. Look how we finish it up, laughing and joking. That's what Uncensored Minds is about. That's what we represent. We
Mhm.
represent fun, laughter. We also represent the serious side, hurt and pain. But we all come together and we wrap that up in a bow and we enjoy life. You know what I mean? That's what we want you to do. Look at things from a different perspective. Don't always look at something from a negative perspective because you get negativity. You
Right.
think of something with a
Mhm.
silver lining, you think of something with a positive outcome, you kind of can maneuver a little bit differently. You give yourself options. You give yourself different layers to kind of work from. But when you think of something totally being negative and you just see it as nothing but negativity, you run into a brick wall and you don't know which way to go. So, please implore yourself to check on your mental health, check on the mental health of the people in and around you. If you see something that's weird, speak up. Don't let it just go because it's just talk or it's just the everyday speech of that person. You know what I mean?
Hold on now. Hold on now. And to piggyback off of that, if you're the person that's going through something, you have to find somebody that you can vent to. And that's a problem that a lot of people have. They don't have somebody that they can vent to. Even if it's somebody that's not a family member or a friend, even if you have to get a professional, you have to find somebody, any fucking body, that you can vent to. Where you
And
feel
Mhm.
venting is just that, allowing that person to vent
right.
and not always having a response for them. Or even if you allow them to vent, don't use that later to throw up in their face
Mm-hmm.
as a malicious ploy to win a so-called argument. Don't always
Mhm.
look to wanting to always have to get your point across. Sometimes shutting the fuck up and listening,
Right.
and as harsh as that sound, is always sometimes key, right? Sometimes we always want to
Mhm.
get our point across, but we fail to listen to the very point that the other person is trying to help us to understand how to deal with them. So, as Katie said earlier in the show, let's have a great week. Let's have a great time. Let's come together. Let's love on each other and be one.
S gang, what up? What up, S gang? S gang, what up?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
All
T,
right.
tell
Y'all very quiet
In the
tonight.
building.
What now? Everybody is quiet tonight.
me, let's
Oh, because it's the
let's
holiday. It's the holiday. They're probably cooking out or whatever.
nah nah
Mm-hmm.
nah nah nah.
S gang,
I
what
don't,
up?
I don't want to hear that shit. I gotta go to work tomorrow. if I gotta go to work and I gotta be on here, y'all can have y'all TV set up on your porches, backyards. This is the time when y'all should be having your TVs in your backyards with your family set up.
Oh, y'all, I forgot since Nell mentioned TV. Can I mention things that y'all could possibly see me on? I just heard about some today.
For sure, Katie.
Um,
Damn.
Polemy Gray.
That was Jesus. Lord Jesus.
Why did I know you was going to say that?
What just happened?
Oh my. Oh no.
I can't. What's happening?
What is happening? Jesus pops up at every show lately.
No,
Somebody not living right. Somebody is not living right in their home.
what is happening, man? No.
Yeah.
Before Katie come back, I do want to say I finished watching 61st Street. I wasn't all too approved at the end, but I still fuck with it.
That's not the end, see?
But
Wait, that was episode 18?
yeah, I'm just saying the end of that season. I'm just saying the end of that season was a little too everything is kosher.
Everything is that.
Yeah, it was a little too everything is kosher.
Why you want everybody to get shot up? You want the
I
last
don't want everybody to get
die,
shot.
killed, hung?
I don't want everybody to get shot, but you just don't get to go home like that, good brother.
Right, he wanted everything.
Look at this. Look at this.
Something to go out with a bang.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at God.
What's up, Katie? What's happening?
Oh my goodness, Katie.
Katie having technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
We gotta hear what she got going on.
Yeah, we want to hear what
iPhone
got going.
3,
She got a good role coming on.
She gotta get off that iPhone 3, man. But yeah, no, I'm still rocking with it, but that ender was a little too kosher for me. But
yeah, as gang. Also, be on the lookout. June 24th, not May 24th. June 24th. June 24th. Season of the Shy's back. Right? We got a month until the Shy's back. Kanan, Power Book 3. That should be out in August, they said. So we got some good music. I mean, not good music, good TV to watch as the summer is along. You know what I mean?
Anybody watch P Valley?
of course,
Oh.
of course.
That's coming back. What, June 3rd, right? June 3rd?
I can't get to it.
No, just the intro song alone is worth.
It's enough to draw you in.
Oh, Maryland said the 26th, June 26th. By
And
26th.
No, you only need to watch it for autumn. That you only need to watch it for autumn. Like autumn is what it is, man. Like,
it's cute, see.
It is, man.
Welcome back.
Has risen.
Okay, now I disagree. It is not God. It is that freaking Mercury retrograde. I'd be so glad when the second comes.
No one knows what that is.
I'm so.
I am not going to allow that to even bother me. You mentioned P Valley, y'all. You will see me on P Valley too, but I am not one of the strippers. But I am in that somewhere. But what I was saying.
Hey, if you on P Valley, slap her ass or something.
I'm not gonna say what part I was in, but if y'all see your girl, trust me, it is not in the strip bar, okay? And what I was saying to look for me on Paula McGray, but it's with Samuel L. Jackson. I know I was in the first episode, just my car, but I was told that you could see me walking out of a diner staircase. Episodes 3 and 4. I am on that, and I senior year. You can see me on senior year. So if y'all see a sighting and I don't, just let me know. But those are the ones that y'all can look for me in.
I heard senior year was real good though.
It's a good movie. Rebel Woodson is very funny. It's a good movie. I didn't even realize that's what we was freaking making when we were doing it, because they always have code names, so you never know really what you're doing.
Over there, what's the problem is? What's the problem now?
None. I'm chilling. I'm sitting there. the up and coming good flicks on TV, which we should be catching.
What? What's up? What's up, Ish? What you watching?
Nice. I'm finishing up 61st Street. I didn't see the last episode yet. Couples Retreat. Now I'm all hooked on that. I can't wait for the next episode to come on. I'm ready for the shits.
It's the shit.
Yeah, I haven't, and I'll be waiting for P Valley to come on. I'm kind of on ice as far as the TV goes right now.
All right, let me tell you.
I'm finishing up Ozark too. Ozark.
Let me tell y'all what happened since this Mercury retrograde, renegade, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I call it hater grade. I call it hater grade is in effect.
That's a better name, T.
Yeah, I call it hater grade is in effect. No, I'm making t-shirts the other day, and I hear my TV on in the other room. And when I went in there to go to bed, my TV is on. I can hear the sound, but the picture is gone. So I'm thinking that, it just on sleep mode, whatever. The fucking picture never came back in. This has been since Thursday. So to all the people, luckily I got a warranty on it, so I could just go get a new TV. But to all the people who don't watch TV, I was fucking going crazy without my TV. And I got other TVs, but that's my favorite TV. I was fucking going crazy without my TV. Like, this can't be life. Like, I need this hater grade to hurry up and get the fuck out of here.
Hold on.
I like that name, T.
Explain this for the dummies in the back. Me being one of them. What the fuck is a Mercury retrograde play?
Okay, Mercury retrograde it plays into astrology, tarot card reading, and all that shit. It's a thing where certain times of the year it's like if you are an earth sign or fire. It's a whole lot of shit that goes into it. If you're an earth,
it affects every sign, everybody.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has their time. Everybody has their time of the year where the Mercury retrograde is going to hit you. So it's a thing that if you can stay in the house and like try to not avoid, if you could try to avoid life when it's your time to go through Mercury retrograde, then that's what you should do, because it's like I didn't have 2 flat tires, all kinds of shit been going on since this same Mercury retrograde started. I done had all kinds of crazy shit going on. So when it's your time, you gotta kind of try to stay out of the way because it'll fuck with you. Like it'll fuck with you. Some weird shit have happened to you that you'll be like, this shit can never fucking happen in life.
I know.
It just fucking happened.
Now I put it this way. Now you ever hear how people say on the full moon people act differently?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ever heard that? Okay, well Mercury, you never heard that now? Okay, so basically, that's what you are under a full moon from it was May 10th to June 2nd or whatever. So it's like a storm that is out there that does affect your emotions. They said that it would affect electronics, like T said. I mean, it's wild. It's some wild shit, but it's y'all better read up on it and be prepared. I get quiet. Y'all notice I'm quiet. I get quiet. I'm just waiting for June 2nd to get here.
That's what I said, KD. When it's your turn, you're supposed to get quiet. You're supposed to get low. You're supposed to get low.
So you mean to tell me that every day since 2017 I've been under the Mercury retrograde?
No, it's a certain time of the year.
Certain time. It's like
I'm
here. What the fuck?
I'm under surveillance every damn day. I want to kill somebody every day. Somebody's on my nerves every day.
I agree with you, but I'm talking about when it's your time, you're going to see some weird shit happening.
Yeah, it's heightened.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
it's heightened.
Right.
Now, wilder shit starts happening. Out of the ordinary.
Yeah, crazy stuff.
Maybe. It might have been now.
My shit might have been when I had the coke. I couldn't get my life.
Right. Might have been. Man.
Maybe when somebody call my phone with the bullshit, I can't get my life.
Could be.
So if I fuck somebody, am I going to get off because I can plead metro?
No,
No, sorry, that don't work.
I don't think that's gonna work.
but it is
But
a
now, if
real.
y'all
It
notice
is the same
during the
thing.
time that he shot up that school, it is during the Mercury
Yeah,
retrograde.
I don't live
It's crazy stuff happen.
I don't live by it how other people live by it, but I understand that it's a real thing.
Hmm.
So is it
Yeah,
only
exactly.
every year?
Would you say no?
Is
No,
it?
it's several times a year. It is
It's several times a
several.
year,
It's
and it's lined
it's
with the
several times
phases
a
of the
year.
moon. Yeah, it's lined with the phases of the
Hmm.
moon. So,
Oh, all right. So I'm
whatever lunar phase is happening,
says it's
yes.
from January 14th to February 3rd, May 10th to June 3rd,
Right.
September 9th to October 2nd, and December 29th to
But
January
no,
15th. It makes
we have
sense.
to find out.
I got sick with
Right,
COVID January 23rd, and
right.
I didn't get out of it until January, almost the end of
And
January
and they
20.
be
But
telling people don't sign contracts during that time. Try not to anyway,
you
because
gotta
things.
find out. Look, you gotta find out if you're an earth sign, water sign, all this shit. You gotta find out all these little shits.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's what I call
you
it.
have to know how it affect your
You gotta
sign.
find out all these little
Yeah.
shits
Hmm.
so you can, be aware of what's going on. You gotta find out
It's
all that.
heavy, man. It's heavy.
See, I'm impressed. I didn't know you were into
Hey,
that.
hey, I keep on telling you, I'm educated. I'm
Okay,
educated.
I am impressed. I am impressed because I'm telling you, I don't move in the morning time until I know the forecast for stuff like that.
Mm.
Lady, I'm educated. I'm educated. And
I see you are. I see you are.
anything that the lady
Hmm.
does, I gotta learn what the fuck it is.
Right, right. Because it's people that really like follow it and
Right,
live by it.
right.
Yep. Hmm.
It's a forecast. You just have to, I guess, know, have to comprehend it.
Right.
Right.
But it truly is a forecast.
Mhm.
All right, now let's get up
Hmm.
out of here. I need to go
All
I'm
right.
scared of shit now. Like, I'm scared to go outside.
home.
What should I do? Like,
I
no,
told you, I told you, you just gotta get low, man.
where I get low at? Like, I just stay
In
in
the
the
crib.
I
In the
do.
crib. In the
He
crib.
said, "Where I get nowhere? Where I get low
Yeah,
at?"
Stay in the crib. Man, you got
I'm one of them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You just gotta tell me once. I ain't going out there exploring. Do I get low now? Stay. What do I do?
Now, this is what you do.
to find out what
Your take your zodiac sign and just type in how does Mercury retrograde
I'm reading it.
affects.
I'm reading it. So
Okay,
it says
then. So that's all you gotta say. Do.
challenging for water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Mercury shifting retrograde in each of these three air signs during 2022 will be challenging for you in terms of material that has been previously hidden from your awareness, emerging into your consciousness for understanding.
yeah,
This
no,
process may feel uncomfortable at times,
I
but
learned you
can ultimately revitalize rational patterns in which you will feel stuck within your relationships. As Mercury will end its retrograde phase in each of these three Earth signs during 2022, by the end of the process, you will be able to cultivate more authentic boundaries and containers to express yourself through.
you
So, by
got
reading that,
And it really says that for just about all of the signs. It's saying
Yeah.
any relationship you're gonna suffer. Any kind of thing like that, you're gonna suffer. You can have exes that will bounce back because it's like a
right,
boomerang. It can bring things back,
Right.
but be careful because they can be karmic energies and stuff.
right.
So
Mhm.
yeah, it
Yo,
gets deep. It get
yo,
deep.
Yeah.
yo, don't be like the women and like they live by this shit like 24 hours a day, dog. You ain't gotta be like them, but you gotta learn your shit.
bro, all
And
right.
it's good, like just to know, like what you're feeling too. And not even so much
Yeah.
in Mercury retrograde all the time, but just like what you're feeling as
Right.
well
And it's
as a
like, you
Cancer
know how
moon.
people say that they hurt worse. People with arthritis, they hurt worse when it's gonna rain or whatever, because the
Hmm.
barometric pressure drops. That's what causes the pain. And people that have arthritis, what it's saying in the atmosphere, when they get into certain degrees, it is going to affect your emotion, and you will
Yo,
react to it differently.
ding, 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 ding,
Ding, ding, ding, got the beat.
ding.
Yeah, boy. Wait, make it fun. Make it fun. We did it again. We did it again.
Thank you.
See it?
We are all for the Naked HD fun. Thank you. Thank
They say send dick
you.
pics to girls.
Another one.
I can't.
Another one.
I can't.
We gotta get out of here, man. I
We gotta go. We gotta
Who
go.
blocked that?
I blocked it now. We gotta get out of here.
Bye,
Get out
guys.
of here. We want to
Katie's
do
face. Look at Katie's
Uh,
face.
Memorial's Day to
no, I
everybody.
just got a text that's kind of startled me.
It's the
Yeah.
retrograde.
All right, guys.
Yo, happy Memorial Day to everybody.
Yes,
I'm gonna be
happy
in the
Memorial
crib.
Day.
I'm
Mother's
staying
Day.
Happy
low.
Memorial Day, y'all.
Yes.
Yeah,
Have an
bye-bye,
amazing week,
guys.
everyone.
I'm staying low, man. That's gang
Yeah,
with us.
stay
Staying
low.
low, man.
T said he's staying low.
Staying
Stop,
low.
Yeah.
please.
I hear you, T.
Got me enough.
Bye bye, guys. Love y'all.
Get your
Bye.
shirt.
Bye, guys.